Man, feels like it's getting colder and colder out here. Or maybe I'm just getting older and can't take the cold like I used to. I used to be the guy that would say, I'd rather be cold than hot. And lately, I'm feeling like an old man that needs a blanket. Damn. I need to get the patio heater back over here out and have some extra heat blowing down on me because I'm cold as can be. But one thing we can say that won't happen Sunday is it won't be cold like it should be in Buffalo. It won't be cold like it should be in Buffalo because it's supposed to be about 48, 49 degrees. Now, it may be wet, which can be chilly. And so the Cowboys practice today. We talking about practice, not the game, not the game that we love. We talking about practice. Jake Ferguson was practicing with wet balls. Pause. No, they're putting the footballs in the bucket and stuff and catching it and running, practicing holding on to wet balls so they don't fumble it. Now, the Cowboys got some bad news because we know Micah Parsons was sick last week, and he made the Eagles sick too. Definitely made them sick because he literally punched Lane Johnson in the face and then proceeded to run him over while carrying another guy on his back onto sacking Jalen Hurts. It's crazy because I ended the game at the end of the third quarter. It was crazy watching the Raiders. They were up 56-7. It was just unbelievable. You just saw a fat guy take a fumble return like 50 yards for a touchdown. Yeah. So there's that. Let me give a shout out to Philly 500, who came on during the live stream with my man Game Time, and also look out for my buddy Game Time, as well as all of the mailmen, okay? Understand this time of year, everybody's putting in Christmas cards and sending that. You're getting extra junk mail because people are hoping that you're going to buy some of their shit. You're getting all these packages that Amazon ain't delivering, and UPS, they're dropping it off at the post office. These guys are busted ass to get the shit to you. At least put your porch light on and leave something in the mailbox for the mailman. He takes care of you, whether it's your medicine, whether it's your tax refund check, whether it's the junk mail or the shit you order online, they get that to you. And it's still amazing that for less than $1, I can send a letter across the country. I know who sends letters anymore, but still, you can. I send shot glasses. And speaking of shot glasses, here we go. I just made an order for Here We Go shot glasses for Jobu Sports. Yes, here we go. That will be the new one to add to your collection. If you're a tailgate member, you're going to be getting yours. They won't get here till about the first of the year, but it's okay. They're on order. They'll be here before the Commanders game and before the playoffs. Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. Are you kidding me? Playoffs. So, we got some bad news. The illness is going around the team right now. Stephon Gilmore and Brandon Cooks did not practice today because they had the illness, the flu bug and all that. We don't know exactly what illness it was. Now, Micah Parsons played the game, played good as always, but it is going around the team, and hopefully it doesn't go around too far. Hopefully this thing ends sometime soon. That is not what we want to hear before we play the Buffalo Bills. But I was going to say, after watching this game tonight, remember, I've pointed out several times about how we're crossing off all the things they said that the Cowboys can't do. And I'm going to call Dan Orlovsky the biggest hypocrite in the frickin' world. Okay, I'm sorry, not Dan Orlovsky. Dan, you're lousy. Dan, you're lousy is the new name for Dan Orlovsky. Dan, you're lousy. After pounding on Dak Prescott about interceptions and how you cannot make him. After literally counting how many interceptions Dak Prescott had in practice and training camp. Now he's going on board and saying, oh, it's okay. Interceptions. We need to stop talking about interceptions because Josh Allen is doing them. I pointed out to you guys that right now, Tommy DeVito, the last 4 games, is playing better than Josh Allen. And you might forget that last week it was Sean McDermott who was on the hot seat because he literally used the 9/11 hijackers as motivation for his team. Now, everybody has this revisionist history that Josh Allen is a freaking incredible quarterback. You know what they always say about quarterbacks? They say a franchise quarterback, an elite quarterback, elevates the people around them, as opposed to a game manager who's just there who doesn't mess up. So you get Cam Newton, who's butthurt, who has never in his career had back-to-back winning seasons. Let me say that again. Cam Newton, in his career in the NFL, and I don't mean to sully Cam because Cam was a really good quarterback, but never had back-to-back winning seasons. Fact. Did go to the Super Bowl. Did have a 15-1 team. That was ass the next year. Just saying. Regardless of that, there's no way, no how you cannot say that Dak Prescott has not elevated people around him. Let's look at Amari Cooper, who was on the Raiders with Derek Carr. A guy people used to say the Cowboys shouldn't pay Dak Prescott. They should trade for Derek Carr. Amari Cooper comes to the Cowboys, has the best numbers of his career with Dak Prescott. Boom. How about this one? Randall Cobb, who the Green Bay Packers let go because they thought he was done. He was down to about 400 yards a season. Hadn't had a great season since 2015. He comes to the Cowboys, all of a sudden, he's almost at 900 yards. And had it not been for some penalties that went against the Cowboys, he would have had a 1,000-yard season and like 3 more touchdowns. But he didn't. Turns around and gets paid to go to the Texans, gets a 3-year, like $28 million contract with Deshaun Watson thrown to him, where he goes back to about 400 yards a season. Goes back to Green Bay and still about 400 yards. His career was elevated again with Dak Prescott. And we got guys like Allen Hurns that, played better with Dak Prescott than he did with other quarterbacks. We had Des Bryant actually had the highest yards per completion of his career under Dak Prescott. But how about this? How about Jason Garrett? The best winning season he had and where he was coach of the year was with Dak Prescott. Not Tony Romo. Dak Prescott. 13-3. People thought that Jason Garrett was a good coach. See New York Giants. And when he got with Daniel Jones, it's just the offensive coordinator. I believe he got fired during the season. Kellen Moore, a guy who everybody said when Mike McCarthy got here, Kellen Moore has brought out all the great things with Dak Prescott, #1 offense and everything else. And here it is, you got old-ass Mike McCarthy who can't manage the clock and everything else and so on. And when the Cowboys decided to move on, which is something us YouTubers, the Law Nation, the Boss Lombardis, all the crew out there, the E2 Blues, the DMVs, the Foots, the Boss Cowboys, West Coast, all of the YouTubers said he's ass as a play caller. Talking heads, oh no, Dak Prescott's going to be garbage without Kellen Moore. As I'm sitting here looking at the Chargers, who going into tonight were averaging 21.6 points a game. And that was with Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert. You know, that guy that today Dan Orlovsky was saying is, that guy's a game changer. He's not a game manager. And it's like, Dan, you're lousy. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, dude. You don't know shit. You're a freaking idiot. You are the guy who ran out of the back of the end zone and lost the game. You're stupid. Because you look at, when I came out here, the score was 56-7, Raiders. 56-7. Now, Miami scored 70 on Denver. But at least Denver scored 20 points. Right now, in the third quarter, it was a 49-point differential. So we're looking at a team and a quarterback that completely regressed. Completely. Everybody knows Kellen Moore sucks. So the question you have to say is, as we constantly say, Dak sucks, that Dak Prescott was handicapped with Jason Garrett, who could not do anything in New York as an offensive coordinator, with Scott Linehan, who used Jason Garrett's offense and was a former coach of the Detroit Lions that failed, to Kellen Moore, who completely has destroyed Justin Herbert and any semblance of an offense. The thing that's funny about the pattern here is all three of those guys had success with Dak Prescott as the quarterback. Dak Prescott elevated the coaches around him. And what if, instead of us going against the San Francisco 49ers, we didn't have Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator? Maybe if we had Mike McCarthy, that we might have had a different result. Is that a possibility? Because you look at it right now. Kellen Moore, Dak Prescott, leading the NFL in turnovers. Unbalanced offense. Can't find a place for using this guy with speed like Turpin. Very predictable. All these damn comeback routes. Very little yards after catch. To this year, having a dynamic offense that's getting rid of the ball quickly, where the quarterback's not taking sacks, where you literally have the Eagles players now saying, look at the Cowboys offense and how quickly they get the ball out, versus us and how long the patterns go. Looking at CeeDee Lamb, who will own the Dallas Cowboys single season receiving record. Dak Prescott, who right now is an MVP candidate, having 23 TDs to 2 interceptions in the last 6 games. What if we had that coaching in the playoffs? I don't know. Shout out to Boss Cowboy for literally pissing me the hell off by posing that exact question on Twitter. Appreciate you, boss. Now I'm going to be thinking about that all night. How we wasted time with my quarterback. That maybe, just maybe, all of the blame that people have been putting on Dak Prescott for the Dallas Cowboys' failures goes back to coaching and the idiots we've had as offensive coordinators. How about that? Anyway, it's cold out here and my ears keep popping. I don't know if I'm getting a cold or what, but I do feel cold out here right now, and I'm going to go inside and I am going to go to bed and get a good night's rest. Tomorrow night's live stream may be at 10 o'clock instead of 9 o'clock. We're having a delayed birthday dinner with our friends who were out of town for work. I have an Eagle fan staying at the house. Cry, Eagles, cry. Anyway, good people. I appreciate each and every one of you guys for being here, being part of the channel, and being my friends and my extended family. Remember, tell the people you love how much you love them, because you might not get the chance again, and I love you guys. And God willing, we'll all see each other tomorrow. Peace out.